The Village Players of Hatboro is proud to present Nick Finland, Big City Detective, a radio play written and performed in the style of 1940s adventure serials. If you enjoy this production, please consider making a donation to support VPH, a nonprofit theater company.
Adventure fans! Nick Finland, Big City Detective, is back on the case. Buckle up for another exciting crime-fighting tale as Nick Finland takes on the case of the mustachioed madman. Today's episode of Nick Finland, Big City Detective, is brought to you by Tropic of Cancer cigarettes. Made from fresh tobacco from central India, Tropic of Cancer cigarettes gives you that sweet, clean taste you've come to love. And Tropic of Cancer cigarettes are the only cigarette brand clinically proven to give you a ruddy complexion, exotic teeth, and increased libido. That's good smoke. Tell your dad to go out and buy Tropic of Cancer cigarettes today. And while he's at it, tell him to pick up a pack for you too. When last we saw Detective Nick Finland and his plucky secretary sidekick Melinda Moon, they had just wrapped up the case of the Lilliputian larcenists. We find Finland now on the brink of a new adventure, seated behind his office desk, overlooking the vast expanse of the big city that is his beat.
A city is like its own universe, and like the universe, it's big, really big. Now, how big it's impossible to know. In a city this big, all kinds of strange things can happen. When you're dealing with the unusual, the preternatural, or they're just plain bonkers, you need a big city detective. So tell me, Mr. Granger, exactly who or what are you trying to find? Yeah? Yep. Have you tried the top of your head? No, not at all. I lose my glasses there all the time. Yep, that's quite all right. This one's on the house. Miss Moon, you're back with my lunch.
Yes, sir, Detective Finland. 1 pack of cigarettes and a cup of joe.
And what's in that box you're carrying?
Oh, I'm cleaning up the front office. The box was blocking the door to the toilet. I think it's evidence from your last case.
That it is.
There's some weird stuff in here. Look at these delightfully tiny shoes.
Now, that was an interesting case, all right. No doubt you remember the robbery at the mayor's mansion on that rainy day in May. The mayor found a pair of tiny footprints near his wife's jewelry box. He chalked them up to his British short hair. But when I took a closer look, I came to a realization that proved there was more going on than met the eye.
What realization was that?
Cats don't wear Oxfords.
Oh, yes, I remember.
From there, it was a simple deduction that the culprit was an inventor who used a miniaturizing ray to shrink a team of jewel thieves down to 12 inches tall. The thieves were then able to enter and rob the homes of the city's wealthiest and most influential citizens via cat flaps and mail slots.
Incredible how you pieced that together from a set of footprints. And is this the scientist's miniaturizing ray gun?
That it is, Moon.
Do you mind if I keep it? It might come in handy for storing all your old case files. Think of it, we could store 100 filing cabinets in one desk drawer.
Suit yourself.
I'll just put it in my pocket for now. You know, it's funny. That's the 3rd case in a row involving a mad scientist. After the fellow who replaced all the city's loan officers with an army of clockwork automatons, and the insane botanist who taught plants to pick pockets.
Yes, Moon, lately this city has been lousy with mad science. I'll tell you something, if we don't get another sort of case soon, I might just blow my stack.
Oh, I almost forgot. You have a client outside.
A client?
Yes, sir. Shall I send her in?
Her? A lady client?
Yes, sir.
Describe her.
Oh, she's a hell of a dame, sir. Tall, fire in her eyes, with legs that go on for miles.
Oh, she must be exhausted. Send her in.
Right away, sir.
A lady client? Hot dog!
Sir, I have Miss Victoria Dunbar to see you.
Thank you, Miss Moon.
Victoria Dunbar, this is Detective Nick Finland.
Are you finished?
I'm just getting started. Won't you have a seat, Miss Dunbar?
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
Yes. Well, in point of fact, I have been the victim of a robbery.
I see.
Or, more specifically, my museum. I am the curator of the Big City Museum of Art and History.
Oh, really? Oh, take notes, Miss Moon. Art theft. Now that's very exciting.
It wasn't art, I'm afraid.
Oh.
More of a historical piece.
Still, quite intriguing. Have you reported this to the police?
Of course.
Now, you have to understand that my investigation can in no way interfere with an official police matter.
That won't be an issue.
Oh, no?
No, the police weren't interested.
Not interested in a museum robbery?
It has to do with the nature of what was stolen.
And what was that exactly?
A comb.
Comb?
A mustache comb, to be precise.
Hand me one of those cigarettes, Moon.
Here you are.
Do you need a light?
Please. There's nothing quite like the sweet, clean taste of Tropic of Cancer cigarettes.
Indeed.
Made from fresh tobacco from central India, Tropic of Cancer cigarettes give you that sweet, clean taste you've come to love.
And Tropic of Cancer cigarettes are the only cigarette brand clinically proven to give you a ruddy complexion, exotic teeth, and increased libido.
I'll say. That's good smoke! Now tell me, Miss Dunbar, of what historical significance is a mustache comb?
More significant was the mustache, or that is, the face on which it perched.
And whose face was that?
Adolf Hitler.
What?
The comb was part of a substantial collection of weapons, uniforms, and personal items the Allied forces collected in Berlin and Rome in the weeks following the end of the war. In fact, we had only just received the items, and they were not yet on display. The robbery occurred in our warehouse.
How did you become aware the robbery had occurred?
The door to the warehouse had been jimmied, and several shipping crates were opened and emptied.
Emptied.
Emptied, yes. But the items were left scattered about the floor. The thieves left it all behind.
Except for the comb.
Exactly.
But how did you come to realize one tiny comb was missing amidst all the chaos?
It wasn't easy. My staff and I had to check all of the items against this shipping manifest. Here it is. The comb was the only item unaccounted for.
I see. And was this manifest in the crates as well?
It was.
May I borrow your matches?
Certainly.
Thank you. There we are. Moon, hold the matchbook for me, please, while I apply heat to this manifest.
What are you doing?
Well, in the absence of obvious clues, we must open our minds to the possibility of something more obscure.
Such as?
I was in the war myself. I was a code breaker in the clandestine service. If the thieves mean to collect ransom for the purloined comb, they will have left a note. Certain types of invisible ink react to the application of direct heat.
These matches come from the Pucker Up Club, the jazz joint owned by Anton Scalapini. Do you go there often?
I've never been.
Oh.
I found those matches on the floor of our warehouse.
Son of a basket! Apologies, Miss Dunbar. Your manifest was exceedingly flammable.
Isn't that odd?
Not really. It was made out of paper.
No, I mean this matchbook being found on the warehouse floor.
I assumed one of the workers had dropped it.
It's possible. But is it not equally possible it was dropped by one of the thieves? Do you think this could be a clue, detective?
Pucker up.
The jazz club. If this was dropped by one of the thieves, perhaps he is a regular at the club. It could be worth checking out.
But Anton Scalapini is the most notorious gangster in the city. It could be dangerous.
Rest assured, Miss Dunbar, Detective Nick Finland is blind to danger. Also certain colors, but that's never stopped me.
So, you'll take the case then?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Consider me on the case.
Excellent. Thank you, Detective.
Don't mention it.
Do keep me posted on your progress.
Of course.
Goodbye, then.
Goodbye. Really, Moon, a matchbook? Quite a stretch as far as clues go.
Sorry, sir. You're right. It's probably absurd.
Well, seeing as it's our only lead at the moment, I suppose it couldn't hurt to check it out. Time to hit the streets of this big city once again.
What a swanky place. Red and white check tablecloth, candlelight, everyone dressed to the nines. Boy, oh boy, Detective Finland, this place is amazing. But there's hardly anybody here. Just that guy in the pinstripe suit and the beautiful blonde on his arm. Plus that slab of beef standing behind him.
Now, the man at the table is Anton Scalapini. The blonde must be his latest gal pal. And I've seen police blotter photos of that slab of beef before. That shovel-faced Schiavelli. He must be Scalapini's bodyguard. Let's go say hello.
Are you sure, sir? Anton Scalapini isn't the kind of guy you just go up and say hello to.
Why not? Don't look so nervous, Moon. Just act like you own the place.
But Detective, Scalapini does own the place.
Good point.
Uh-oh. I think we've been spotted. Chauvet Schiavelli is headed this way.
Just let me do the talking.
This is a private club.
And last I checked, this was America, pal. Step aside.
In America, there's a certain thing called private enterprise. This here club belongs to Anton Scalapini, and he likes it to himself.
Well, that just doesn't make any sense. I mean, in a capitalistic society, an exclusionary policy towards the consumer violates the principles of free market economics.
Not when the pursuit of happiness is placed at a higher value than the acquisition of material wealth.
But there are limits on an individual's pursuit of happiness when they infringe on the rights of the majority to peaceably assemble.
You keep this up, and I'm going to peaceably assemble my fist in your face.
Shall we take this outside?
Nothing would make me happier.
Enough, boys, enough.
This lummox needs to be taught a lesson.
I think there's been a big misunderstanding.
Yeah, how so?
We're not customers. We're the entertainment.
How's that?
The name's Melinda Moon. Chanteuse.
Yeah? And who's this?
My piano player.
Well, all right then. You should have just said so.
Good thinking, Moon.
You can play the piano, can't you, sir?
Well, I've been known to tickle an ivory or two.
Oh, good.
After you, Chanteuse.
Good evening, everyone.
Who the hell is this? Where's the usual girl?
She had to call out for tonight, but I'm her replacement, Melinda Moon. Now, please, let me entertain you. I would be nothing without you. There's only so much I can do. When I think of all those troubled times you carried me through, I know I would be nothing without you. I'd give up the moon in the sky if you were forever my guy. I'm after all a
Begging your pardon, Mr. Scalapini.
What is it, shovel face?
I just got a call from the boys back at the estate. It seems the item has arrived and is now safely in the hands of our house guests.
Good. Wait a minute. Did you say the item?
Yes, sir.
The house guests specifically requested 2 items.
2, sir?
Yes, they were supposed to get both the mustache comb
I'm
and...
fragile and I'm helpless, what's a dame to do? Oh, I would be nothing without you.
My apologies, Mr. Scalapini.
Send a team of men back to the museum and get the second item.
Of course, sir.
And this time, no screw-ups.
Absolutely, sir.
Now for my next number.
Thank you all. You've been a lovely audience.
What is this? Do another song.
I'm afraid we've exhausted our repertoire. Come along, Moon.
I said I want another song.
You sound like you have a lovely voice. You sing something.
Why'd we run out of there so fast, Detective?
I overheard Scalapini order Shovelface to take some more goons back to the museum. It sounds like they forgot something the first time they sacked the place.
Detective, look. There's Shovelface now getting into that sedan with some other men.
That's the goon squad, all right. We gotta go after them. Taxi!
Where to, bub?
Follow that car.
You got it, boss.
Now, there's an extra sawbuck in it for you if you don't lose him.
No problem.
This is so exciting.
Steady yourself, Moon.
Yes, Detective. We seem to be going awfully fast.
These guys are going way over the speed limit.
Now, they must have noticed they're being tailed.
I think they're trying to shake us.
Stay with them, driver.
Yeah, I got this.
Oh my, they just drove through that vegetable stand.
Watch out for those cabbages.
Rutabaga! Rutabaga!
I can't see a thing. My windshield looks like it's tossed out.
Oh no, we're heading right for that lady with the baby carriage.
Where?
Get out of the way, lady!
Oh, I can't look.
It's okay, Moon. She got out of the way just in time.
Oh, thank heavens.
I can see a little better now. It looks like they're heading for the Big River Bridge.
The Big River Bridge, but that's a...
Drawbridge, I know.
And there's a boat in the river. Look, the bridge is lifting up.
I don't think they're gonna stop.
It appears not.
Oh, they're going for it.
Holy smokes, they just jumped the gap.
You gotta stay with them, driver.
Are you crazy?
There's another sub I'll get it for you if we clear the jump.
And if we don't, I'll be too dead to spend it.
Put the pedal down, we need more speed.
Hold on to your biscuits, here we go.
We made it.
You sure can drive.
Thanks, buddy. It's what I do.
They're pulling up to the museum just like they said.
Wait just a minute. You knew where they were going the whole time?
That's right.
Well, what the heck were we chasing them all over the city for?
Shovelface and his goons are going into the museum now.
Oh, stop here, driver. My secretary and I are going into the museum, but we'll be back. Keep the meter running.
No way. I've had enough of you two.
Thank you.
Get lost.
What a nice man.
Come on, Moon. We have to get inside and see what Shovelface is up to. Quickly, up the art museum steps.
Right behind you, Detective. My goodness, there's a lot of stuff.
Don't stop now, Moon. We're nearly to the top. There! Made it!
Gonna die now.
No! Time for that. Let's get inside.
Wow, this place is amazing.
There's Shovelface and his goons.
They're coming out of that door marked employees only.
They must have gone back to the warehouse for something they missed the first time.
Oh, they're coming this way.
Quick, act natural.
My, what lovely art.
Yes, I love the use of paint.
What are you twos doing here? Hey, wait a minute. You look like that chanteuse from the club.
What a crazy coincidence.
Was it you who was tailing us all the way here?
Nope, we're just two innocent museum patrons. Goodness, look at that painting.
Oh, it is lovely. Is it a Degas?
I didn't get that impression.
Maybe it's a Seurat.
I see your point.
Oh, a Picasso.
Are you being surreal?
There's something fishy about you two. You know, hands up, I'm gonna search it.
What's the hands, pal?
What's this? It looks like some kind of ray gun.
Nothing, just a toy. Can I have it back?
Sure, whatever. Now, your turn, pal.
That tickles.
What do we have here? Oh, looks like a detective badge. What are you, some kind of private dick?
Hey, watch your language. There's a lady present.
I hate detectives.
Really? Why?
Their investigational nature presents an existential threat to the concept of personal privacy.
On the contrary, the goal of the detective is merely to uncover the truth.
But truth is malleable, a function of perspective.
Such a philosophy flies in the face of the concept of universal facts and a singular reality by which we all must abide.
I don't subscribe to the notion of immutable truth.
Which is merely a defense mechanism you utilize to rationalize your criminal behavior.
What makes you think I'm a criminal?
Well, for one, you're under the employ of Anton Scalapini, the big city's #1 crime boss. And two, you are currently in the process of robbing the big city museum.
You think you're so smart, don't you?
I'd never be so crass as to say so myself.
That's my job.
Thank you, Moon. Now, may I have my badge back?
This badge? It says here your name is Nick Finland. Are you Finnish?
I'm just getting warmed up.
Pardon me, Mr. Shovelface, but your goons are really crowding around close. I'm starting to feel a little claustrophobic.
Bag them up, boys. They're coming with us back to the house. I'm sure Mr. Scalapini would love to have a chat with them.
Nuggets.
Our heroes have found themselves in quite the pickle. Stay tuned for the thrilling conclusion of Nick Finland, big city detective, in the case of the mustachioed madman. But first, a word from our sponsor. Today's episode of Nick Finland, Big City Detective, is brought to you by wholesome Putman's Puff Rice Cereal. Bleached to perfection, the delicious white rice of Putman's Puff Rice Cereal makes bones stronger and vision keener. Every grain of Putman's Puff Rice Cereal is pressurized and gun-puffed at 200 psi. The only cereal shot out of a gun, Putman's Puff Rice Cereal has been scientifically proven to build muscle mass in young cowboys. Right, Jimmy?
I start every morning with a big old bowl of Putman's Puffed Rice cereal. Yee-haw! Now, Jimmy, what did I tell you about swinging your lasso at the breakfast table?
Oh, Mom, I just want to rustle myself up some Putman's puffed rice cereal.
Now, Jimmy, did you know that Putman's Puff cereal comes in 2 other delicious varieties?
Gee, no, I didn't.
In addition to puff rice, Putman's, the maker of Putman's Puff Rice cereal, also makes Putman's Puff Wheat cereal and Putman's Puff Corn cereal.
Puffed rice, puffed wheat, and puffed corn?
And that's right.
Oh my.
With 3 varieties of Putman's Puff Grain cereal to choose from, your breakfast will be filled with just as many thrills and just as much suspense as a day in the life of your pal, Nick Finland. So, if you already got a box of Putman's Puff Rice cereal in your pantry, tell your mom to go rustle up some Putman's Puff Wheat cereal and Putman's Puff Corn cereal as well.
Well, you bet I will.
And if you already got a box of Putman's Puff Wheat cereal, get yourself some Putman's Puff Rice cereal and Putman's Puff Corn cereal.
You hear that, Mom?
Yes, Jimmy, I do.
And if you've already got a box of Putman's Puff Corn cereal, go pick up some Putman's Puff Rice cereal and Putman's Puff Wheat cereal.
Do you need to write that down, Mom?
No, Jimmy, I think I understand.
So each morning you'll have 3 boxes of cereal to choose from. Putman's Puff Rice cereal, Putman's Puff Wheat cereal, and Putman's Puff Corn cereal.
I've got stars in my eyes.
If you don't hurry, Jimmy, you're going to be late for the bus.
Oh, before you rush off, let's just go over the 3 varieties of Putman's Puff Grain cereal one more time.
Okay.
Jimmy, the bus.
There's Putman's Puff Rice cereal, Putman's Puff Wheat cereal, and Putman's Puff Corn cereal.
Puffed rice, puffed wheat, and what was the third one?
Corn, Jimmy.
That's right, Mom's got it.
It's rootin' tootin' great.
Oh, Jimmy.
With more than 80% air in every bite, Putman's Puff Rice cereal is the foundation of a complete nutritious breakfast. Pick up a box of Putman's Puff Rice cereal today. Now back to Nick Finland, big city detective. We rejoin the action in the vile gangster Anton Scalapini's palatial mansion. Our heroes Nick Finland and Melinda Moon are seated back to back in wooden chairs in the center of the living room. A rope looped around them and their hands tied behind their backs. They are watched by Shovelface Schiavelli as Mr. Scalapini himself enters the room and stands before Detective Finland.
Now, what's a detective doing snooping around my club?
I heard the linguine was to die for.
Are you playing games with me?
It depends on the game. I'm quite the wizard pinochle. How about you, Moon?
I'm more of a gin rummy girl.
Ah, this wise guy wants to play cards, Shovelface. Show him your hand.
My pleasure.
Well, that's a strong hand, all right. I fold.
So, you ready to talk?
I've forgotten the question.
Give him a reminder.
Does this ring any bells?
You knucklehead, you rung his bell all right. He's out cold.
Sorry, boss.
So, how about you, Chanteuse? You ready to sing? What were the 2 of yous doing at my club?
Moonlighting?
We got another funny girl. Give it to us, Shovelface.
But she's a girl.
You afraid to hit a girl, Shovelface?
Just doesn't seem right is all.
Useless. Well, I ain't got no problem teaching this dame what's what.
No nuggets.
Scalapini! Bist du verrückt? Warum trifft ihre Rindfleischplatte diese Leute?
Jumpin' blue blazes, it's like Grand Central Station in here. Not now, General Krakow, I'm busy.
Nein! Du wirst mit mir kommen!
If you want me to understand you, General Krakow, then dovriste parlare inglesi.
Ach du lieber Himmel! I said you will come with me!
What's this all about?
Dr. Frederica Friedrich is making her final preparations. The project is about to get underway. All must attend.
Fine.
Who are these people you are pummeling about the face?
No one to worry about. Lead the way, General Krakow. Let's go, Shovelface.
Right behind you, boss.
Ooh, that was close. They all left. Detective Finland? Nick? Please, sir, wake up.
Where am I?
It's okay, sir. They're gone. You're only out a few minutes.
Out? Nonsense, I was faking.
Of course, sir.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. Now that we know these gangsters are behind the comb theft, we can alert the authorities.
Yes, sir. And not just them. They seem to be in league with that German general.
What German general?
The one who came in here and called Scalapini away while you were pretending to be unconscious.
Yes, Moon, of course. That German general.
It does perhaps explain why those gangsters would be interested in Adolf Hitler's mustache comb. Sort of. It's still a very bizarre thing to steal.
Never try to understand the delusions of the criminal mind, Moon. That way madness lies.
Absolutely, sir.
Now, to the matter of these ropes. Control yourself, Moon. You're jostling me.
Sorry, sir. I'm trying to shake loose a hairpin.
Well, that would be a fine idea if there were a lock to pick, but we're bound with rope.
I know. I just thought I might be able to use the hairpin to pry apart the knots.
Well, it's worth a try, I suppose. Ooh, that's a lot of hairpins.
I've got one.
Lucky for us and your elaborate updo.
I'll set to work on the knots.
Excellent, but be subtle about it. I see someone coming.
Who is it?
It looks like that woman from the club. Scalapini's main squeeze. She's coming over to me.
So, like your detective?
You got it in one. Detective Nick Finland. What's your name?
I'm Paula Buticelli Risotto Mazzoni Benvenuti, but everyone just calls me Paula.
Makes sense. I take it Mr. Scalapini doesn't know you're in here talking to me.
No.
You must be taking a risk.
You got that right. If Mr. Scalapini knew what I was up to, he'd wring my neck.
Well, then you must have a very good reason for taking the risk.
I'm scared.
Scalapini?
Scared of Mr. Scalapini? No, well, a little bit of Mr. Scalapini, but more so of his house guests.
Let me guess. Germans?
Wow, you are a great detective.
Any idea who these Germans are?
I've gotten the ropes free.
One's a soldier, I think. The other one is some kind of scientist or something.
A scientist?
Her name is Dr. Frederica Friedrich.
A lady scientist.
Fascinating. Like, any idea what scheme this German lady scientist is cooking up?
No, the Germans hardly ever leave the basement. There's all manner of banging and clanging going on down there. I just know they're up to no good.
You're doing the right thing telling me this.
I don't trust no Krauts. My papa died in the war.
Yes, we can tell the police all about it. Let's leg it.
Oh, Moon, before we go to the police, I want to know exactly what kind of mad science is being practiced down there.
But, sir, it could be dangerous.
Danger is my middle name.
It is?
Well, technically, it's Dangerous.
Ooh la la.
Now, which way to the basement?
Follow me.
This place is huge. It's like a maze in here. How many bathrooms are there?
17.
Seems excessive.
The basement is right down this corridor. Down there, through that door.
This door?
No, not that one. That's a supply closet.
It's Victoria Dunbar, the museum curator.
Miss Dunbar, what are you doing tied up in the supply closet?
She's gagged, sir.
I can see that. Look, here we go, Miss Dunbar. Let's get that gag off you. Ah, that's better. Now, tell me how you got here.
Scalapini's men raided my museum again. I caught them red-handed this time, and they nabbed me.
Yes, us too. Thank goodness you're all right.
Thanks to you.
Anytime.
If you hadn't come along, who knows what Scalapini would have done with me.
It was nothing.
Oh, don't be modest, Detective Finland.
All right, it was something.
You probably saved my life.
Probably, yes.
I will have to find a way to thank you.
I will have to find a way to say you're welcome.
With words, perhaps?
My lips will be involved at the very least.
As will mine, I'm sure.
I very much hope so.
I believe it can be arranged.
Is it just me, or is this supply closet getting rather hot?
It's not just you, and it's not just the closet.
Holy Toledo.
Sir.
But not now, Moon. Just go take a memo or something.
But, sir.
What is it, Moon?
We should go.
Go? Go where?
We were on our way to the basement to see what Scalapini and the mad German scientist lady are up to.
To where and the who?
It's a long story.
If we get caught here, we're dead ducks. Y'all better move your keisters.
Yes. Let's go. Follow me, ladies.
Wrong way, detective.
Right. Which way to the basement again?
Through here.
It's so dark down here. Can you see anything, Moon?
Just barely. It appears the basement of the Scalapini mansion is decked out as a makeshift laboratory. I see an operating table and a control panel covered in gizmos and what's-its. On the operating table, I see a German military dress uniform, identical to the one General Krakow was wearing. It's laid out as though its occupant had vanished from it. Now I see the mad scientist herself. That must be Dr. Friedrich. She's standing at the control panel. Krakow, Scalapini, and Shovelface are standing along one wall, observing the scientist.
Thank you, Moon. That was a very thorough description of the scene.
No problem.
Moon, I want you to squeeze into this alcove with Miss Dunbar, Paula, and me. We'll keep watch from here, out of sight.
Good idea. It's kind of a tight fit.
Everyone suck in. That's it. Everyone think thin.
Ow, my foot!
Watch your mitts, lady.
Those aren't my mitts.
Mine either.
Oh, sorry, they're mine. It's so dark in here, I can't see my hand in front of my chest.
Shh, I'm trying to hear what they're saying. Everybody cram it.
We're trying, sir.
Shh.
Sorry, sir.
You have our attention, Dr. Friedrich. Could you please get on with it?
Patience, Scalapini. You cannot rush genius.
What exactly have you been doing down here all these weeks?
This, Herr Scalapini, is the dawn of a new Reich!
What are you talking about?
The general is talking about this. Cast your eyes on these tweezers.
I don't see anything.
Look closely, for within these tweezers rests the foundation of our resurgence.
Yeah, boss, I see it. Some kind of speck of something.
A speck, yes, a speck of dandruff.
Dandruff?
An infinitesimal flake of human skin plucked from the mustache comb of Der Führer.
Hitler's dandruff? Let me see. Oh, yeah. Phew.
Nincompoop! Out of my way. I'm trying to catch it.
It's floating that way.
I see it. Got it.
What are you going to do with Hitler's dandruff?
From this humble speck of our great leader, I shall extract his very essence, his DNA. And with that genetic code, Der Führer shall be reborn to lead us to a glorious Fourth Reich.
Wait just a second, Krakow. We ain't taking orders from no crowd.
Calm yourself, you spaghetti-slurping simpleton. As we discussed when we hatched this alliance, we shall all be represented in the new regime. Isn't that right, Frau Doctor?
Jawohl, mein Herr. On their second museum incursion, your goons managed to secure the hat of Benito Mussolini. And from the sweat of his hat band, I have extracted his genetic template.
So you're going to resurrect Mussolini too?
I shall go one better. Cast your eyes on this bowl of brown liquid. In this genetic broth, I have combined the genetic material of both great leaders. I shall produce an amalgamation of the two, producing a great leader with twice the power and virility.
This is horrible. What are we going to do, sir?
I don't know, but this mad science must be stopped.
So we go get the police now?
Oh, there's no time.
Are you ready to begin the process, Frau Doctor?
Jawohl.
Stop! Back away from the machine.
Finland? What are you doing down here with my sweet Dame Paula?
Putting a stop to this foul scheme.
What's your plan, detective?
You gotta switch off that machine or I wring your little gal pal's neck.
You wouldn't hurt her.
You don't think I'd be willing to sacrifice one life for the greater good?
Don't listen to him, Mr. Scalapini. In a scenario in which moral wrongs are already in place, actively taking a life constitutes a participation in the moral wrong. Whereas simply allowing an experiment to move forward only threatens a hypothetical contingent.
Are you suggesting an incommensurability of human life?
I'm suggesting you're unable to adopt a sufficiently utilitarian view to act.
Ah, but simply being present in the situation and able to influence its outcome constitutes an obligation to participate. Doing nothing in and of itself could be considered an immoral act.
Yeah, well, you don't have big enough cojones.
We'll just see how big they are. Moon, grab the broth!
No, don't!
I've got broth!
Don't touch that! Oh, you fools! The broth is sloshing all over your hands!
Oh, gross!
Don't just stand there, Shovelface. Get him!
Yes, sir. I got him. You want me to ice him, boss?
Not just yet. Let's let them watch the beginning and the end of the world as they know it. Let's get this show on the road, Dr. Friedrich. Is your broth good?
Yes, I have recovered it from that impudent woman.
Commence the resurrection, Doctor.
No, this is madness.
Incredible. Look at the operating table, Detective. The legs and arms of that uniform are slowly inflating as a human form takes shape inside it.
Yes, I can see that.
They're growing a person.
No, Moon. They're growing a monster.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the amalgamation of two great leaders. Allow me to present Hitlerini.
Wait a minute.
That's Mussolini's hair.
And Hitler's mustache.
But the face.
He looks just like...
Melinda Moon.
I feel wunderbar.
Hitlerini looks like the chanteuse from my club.
What is the meaning of this, Friedrich?
I don't... Oh, the genetic broth must have been contaminated by her DNA. I have created an abomination.
No, wait. We can make this work.
What have I missed?
Mein Führer, we have resurrected you.
That's your sleep,
Pardon me, Hitlerini, is it?
I suppose. Who are you?
Detective Nick Finland.
Are you finished?
Not remotely. But tell me, Führer, what is it you intend to do now that you've been resurrected?
I don't really know. There are so many possibilities. Destruction of the parliamentary system, re-establishment of the Neuordnung. But what I definitely want to do is get back into my art.
We need your leadership as we try once more to expand the territorial base of the German state to the political and economic subjugation of Europe und letztlich eine Position der totalen kontinentalen Hegemonie auf globaler Ebene zu sichern!
Yeah. You are rather a loud man. Always busy taking over the world. But please, step aside and let me gaze on this lovely creature behind you.
What?
I said no!
At once!
That's better. And who are you, my dear? Who, me? I'm Melinda Moon. You are quite beautiful. Now, yeah. Do you like art? Sure. I am a painter, you know. I didn't. I think that you would make a delicious subject. Would you pose for me? I don't know. A tasteful nude, I should think.
All right, enough of this nonsense. Shovelface, will you shoot some people for me, please?
You got it, boss.
Mr. Finland, they're going to kill us.
It looks that way, Miss Dunbar.
If these are our last moments on Earth, there's something I want you to know.
You don't have to say it. I know. From the moment you saw me, you haven't been able to stop thinking about me. If things had been different, well, we could have had something special. We could have gotten married, had 5 beautiful babies, settled down somewhere quiet outside the big city. I know all that because I was thinking the same thing.
I'm not hearing any shooting.
Just a moment. If I could just clear something up.
Now!
I'm on it, boss.
Stop! What are you doing, my Belfiore? Don't shoot us, please. Yes, don't shoot them. Because I've got a ray gun, and if you try anything, then Hitlerini gets it. Das glaub ich nicht.
You said that was just a toy.
I lied.
Dang it.
Don't just stand there, you fathead. Shoot him.
You asked for it.
Oh, my precious Hitlerini!
We could have made magic together.
A shrink ray. I am so jealous.
Quick, Moon, Shovelface next.
Oh, jeez. That feels weird, boss.
My goon, he's shrinking too.
Get the Germans next, Moon.
Right.
Nein! Sie werden alle dafür bezahlen!
I'm shrieking! I'm shrieking!
Nice work, Moon. You've certainly cut their plans down to size.
So what do we do with these, pocket-sized Nazis?
Actually, they'd be a great addition to one of my museum dioramas.
Then they're all yours, Miss Dunbar. And you can now consider the case of your missing mustache comb officially solved.
You are a wonder, Detective Finland.
You scumbags have ruined everything.
I think we've had enough of you, Anton Scalapini.
May I do the honors?
Certainly.
At that size, he's actually kind of cute. Maybe I'll keep him.
You do that, Paula. And if you don't mind, I'll take back the ray gun.
Sure.
Thank you.
Well, sir, another case closed.
Yes, Moon and another mad scientist put out of commission. But I have a feeling this whole big city of ours hasn't seen its last bout with mad science. We must remain ever vigilant, because while science is extremely dangerous, it is also extremely scary. It has both the power to destroy as well as the power to ruin. Wielded correctly, science holds the key to building powerful weapons that we can use to protect our freedom. But in the wrong hands, science holds the key to building powerful weapons that can be used to endanger our freedom. Science is like a double-edged sword in that way, except instead of a sword, it's rockets and bombs and death rays.
Wise words as always, Detective.
Yes, Moon, it really makes you think about how science is evil.
So what do you want to do now?
Well, all this detective work is making me hungry. If my watch is right, it's about time for breakfast. How about I treat you ladies to some cereal?
Only if it's Putman's puffed rice cereal.
Make mine Putman's puffed wheat cereal.
Putman's puffed corn cereal for me.
Well, lucky for you, Putman's puffed grain cereal now comes in 3 delicious varieties. Yes, Nick Finland will settle for nothing less than the gun-puffed rice of Putman's puffed rice cereal as part of my daily nutritious breakfast.
Sounds good to me, sir. Putman's puffed grain cereal is rootin' tootin' shootin' great.
Yeehaw!
And so concludes another thrilling tale. Be sure to join us next week, adventure fans, for the next spellbinding installment of Nick Finland, Big City Detective.
Dog.
Sir?